It's week 4 of the NFL, and we're in for
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time.
They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB, yeah, okay. We lost the game, but boy, that felt good flinging it around. Now he's got to figure out how to do the exact same thing, yet turn it into a win.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. The center receiver in motion to the right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Lawrence. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. So the completion good for 7 there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Lawrence will throw.
Try to lay one up deep.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big time game.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Now Richardson back to throw it.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
All right, let's control the trenches.
Richardson looking to throw this. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's air it out here, fellas.
Slot man moves right.
Just get it in the pocket. Come on.
From the 24, Richardson. They complete it to Hill. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's get out of here with a win, folks. Let's get in there.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
6, baby. Get 6.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And his kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Lawrence.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Get the quarterback, dude. No score zone. No score zone.
First carry for Rashad White.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bills are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Let's end this drive with 6-0.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Dances by him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Well, they had a game of 10 last time. Now a game of 20 here. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Moving home. Let's go home.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Time to put some points on the scoreboard.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
That ball down the field.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he will have a Jaguars first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. The Jaguars hit 3-0 here in the month of September, and they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Now it's Richardson. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Back to throw. Richardson flush to his right.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Anthony Richardson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are once again back in front.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now the try here for the point after.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there? What a first quarter he's been putting together. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he's in phase right out of the gate. Right now, he's playing with such confidence, he doesn't believe that they have an answer for him no matter what they do on defense. And here's another big play to prove his point.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
On play action, Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Here's Lawrence.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Lawrence going to throw again. That's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Rashad White, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have moved out in front. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved him until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Now Richardson. That's complete. It's Brian Thomas. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. In motion left is Thomas.
Here's a tap forward by Richardson. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Build that momentum offense. Keep pushing the rock down the field.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Given 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
Richardson.
And he's got his man on the out route.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The slot man in motion right.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 more there and another first down. They'll go up the middle with White, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Lawrence to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The Bills on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Looking to throw. Morris. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. But to throw again is Lawrence. This is White on the screen. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Lawrence. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down. Lawrence will throw. This taken in by Kincaid. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Slot man moves right. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Here's White. They set up the screen. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Rashad White. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. He gets it to Thomas. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. Richardson looking to throw this. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Richardson looking to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Put 6 on the board, fellas.
Come on, offense, baby. Come on. Get roller, baby. Get out of here with the W, offense.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Escaping the pressure right. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Richardson, shotgun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now it's Richardson. And get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here Richardson yet again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. A try here for the extra point.
Right.
And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where you see the final score there. Sam Darnold, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. The Dolphins looking as good as anybody after 1 month as they run their record to a perfect 4-0. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Bo Nix, over 300 yards through the air with a touchdown pass as well. It was a solid first half for the running back, Rachaad White. He found the end zone twice, once on the ground and once in the passing game, as he proved he's anything but a one-dimensional running back. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, And it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down. The slot man in motion right. Looking to throw again on second down.
Richardson out right to Hill, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
Should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Keep up with their attack offense. Let's make some good plays today, all right?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Thomas, the man in motion left.
Now Richardson.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very...
And now Sean McDermott is going to throw out the challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Richardson.
This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jags have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bills offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How they're going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Lawrence to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Here's 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, 25 yards. And the Bills have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by Trevor Lawrence taking it in himself. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Jaguars offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. From the shotgun, Richardson.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Second down and 3. Richardson on the bootleg here.
A short throw caught by Andrews. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And he'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Keep the ball moving down the field, oh!
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Keep up the offense.
From the 39,
Richardson.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Operating from the gun, Richardson is going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up second down.
Let's get some points on the board.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
73 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Back to throw now on first down. And man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's first and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Back to throw. Richardson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. Looking to throw. Richardson out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown! A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is the absolute production on the field. The second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And here come the Bills.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to pull off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Lawrence. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. The throw right side here going to be incomplete.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
Here's Lawrence. And it is caught.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bills use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Reed Blankenship delivering the hit.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
A little juke, and he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Thomas goes in motion left. Here's a tap forward by Richardson. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Richardson looking to throw this. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
3rd and 3.
They stay on the ground with White. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Oh, what a great job defensively to stack things up. They were committed to stopping the run. They knew it was coming. And now it looks like they should get the football back as they force an important 3 and out.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch is taken here a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Don't let us down. Time to put some points on the scoreboard.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down at a yard.
In motion left is Thomas.
Richardson looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
6, baby. Get 6.
Richardson off the play fake. And they'll find the open man. That's complete.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
All right, now. Let's get in that end zone.
Back to the air with Richardson.
And Thomas has it. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Touchdown, Jaguars!
Brian Thomas.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
When you see a successful bubble screen, doesn't matter what the distance, the first thing you have to think to yourself is, that's really good blocking on the perimeter, usually by extra wide receivers.
And here the blocking turns into a great play for a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills ready to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Now Lawrence.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Lawrence will throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. 2nd and 10. Read option. This is White.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a 1st down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Very quickly here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Lawrence.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. 20 down the left sideline.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
On play action, Lawrence. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Darius Davis,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Bills have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Throwing now is Richardson. That'll be caught by Hill. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
And they take a knee.
Second and 11 now.
Come on, offense. Come on.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
You guys are garbage.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
Just another day dog.
So for Jacksonville, that early momentum continues here as they move